Y'all, I never thought I would be making a video like this. Never. For 2 weeks, I have sat by quiet. For one, I was advised to be quiet while the investigation was going. For two, I thought the news was going to air this incident before I got a chance. 2 weeks ago, my 8-year-old son was asked by his second grade teacher to dig inside of a nasty toilet that another student had just used to get some scissors, which was a clear retaliation from a meeting that her and I had just had the day before. A clear retaliation. Y'all, the amount of rage that I feel right now because of how everybody has handled this, from the school administrators to the school board to the Department of Education. I have went to DFACS. I have went to the sheriff's office. Y'all, the mistreatment that I have got behind this. 2 weeks, I've tried to do everything in my power to be quiet and to contain my rage. The results that I got, the treatment that me and my son has received, I am totally outraged. I will not sit back and let this just slide under the table. I'm taking action on my own. I am totally disgusted with the school system. Totally disgusted with the school system. I'm totally disgusted with the sheriff's office. I'm totally disgusted with the DFACS office. I'm totally disgusted with the school, with the teacher. Is this really what we're doing to our kids? The amount of things that I have to share will take way more time than I have right now. But just believe me, this will not get swept under the rug. Trust and believe me. I have went all the way to Washington, D.C. When I tell you civil rights, I'm at the civil rights office right now. Believe me when I tell you it's gonna get handled. This will not be swept under the rug. This whole booklet right here, all of these papers in here, I had to get on my own. The school system totally shut me out. My child was out of school for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. No one even acknowledged him as the victim. I just learned from the investigator that the teacher was put on a 2-day administrative leave, and she was right back at work 2 days. After 2 days. After this incident. No one advised me of anything. Everyone has been so nasty. No one has acknowledged my child in this whole thing. I don't have any more tears. I have cried for 2 weeks. Now I'm angry. I have no more tears. Because the way that they have treated my 8-year-old like he's the victim. Y'all, I'm telling you, it will take me, it will take a whole another video for me to just go into detail of how I had to go toe to toe with some of the biggest people. But after they saw who they was talking to, and after they saw that I wasn't backing down, y'all, I'm disgusted. I'm totally disgusted at the whole county. I trust nothing in that county. Totally disgusted. This would not be swept under the rug. Some people gonna pay. And the way the school system tried to cover that up for that teacher, the only thing I regret is handling everything out of emotion. Because I should have called my attorney first. I should have called 911 from the school. I should have called the news center from the school. But as I was trying to handle it without letting my rage get the best of me. And because I didn't find out about it until after school, and the incident happened at 10:55, whereas my child was asked to stick his hand inside of a toilet. And let me stop saying X. He was made to stick his hand inside of a toilet, and it's all on paper in black and white. This is not allegation. This is all in black and white. The teacher made him stick his hand inside of a toilet because of what another student said. Inside of a nasty toilet that a student had just used for a pair of scissors. Okay, so now we're talking health and safety, because you're making my damn child stick his hand inside of a toilet, a nasty toilet, for some scissors she say that another student said he did. Not making sure he washed his hand. If he would have stuck his hand inside that toilet and he would have sliced his damn hand open, then I wonder what would have happened then. Well, she would have got a week off. See, I mean, this is all the things that I have been sitting on. Health and safety. He was deprived of his lunch because he was told to get out of her line because he was crying and humiliated because the other kids was calling him toilet hands. He's second grade, 8 years old. Could you just imagine? So now my child was deprived of lunch because he was too upset to eat. I was not called into 1:55, exactly 1:55. I was at work when I got the phone call. Yeah, I have not been back to work since then. But you're telling me that this human that told my child to do such an inhumane thing can return back to work after 2 days? Meanwhile, my child is being robbed of his education. Got to be out of school. Nobody from the school board reached out and asked about a transfer. It asked about anything. They didn't even acknowledge my child. Do you hear me? He was at home with me for 2 weeks. No one reached out and said how he's doing. And the fact that he's not new to this school. This would be his 4th year going into this school. So they knew the emotional journey that he was on. They knew of everything he was dealing with. The teacher, the principal, the vice principal, the counselor, I'm totally disgusted at her because this is your job to protect him. This is all of their jobs to protect him. And how we have got treated in this whole thing by everybody that's supposed to be put in place to protect a human, to protect the citizens, especially a child. From the school administrators, all of them, from the school all the way up to the top, to the sheriff's office, to the defects office, all of them are put in place to protect kids, and no one has done anything. No one has. We have, y'all, if I tell y'all how we have been treated, literally, I have literally had to sit back and just cried out because I was trying to let the Lord and the law do its justice. Because the God in me wanted to forgive them. The God in me wanted to forgive them. But the mother in me cannot let this slide. I can't let it slide. I'm sorry. The question I keep getting is, do I think it was racially motivated? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm usually pretty good on picking up on people. You know, and I never got that vibe from her, but I don't know. I'm not inside of a person's mind and inside their hearts. I don't know. But I do know the way that it was handled by everybody very much so had something to do with race. Very much so. But guess what? I don't know who to even. Oh, y'all. You know what? Like I said, this will have to be a whole nother video for me to just go into detail on the people that I had to deal with and how we was handled. Not even we. You can take me out of it. You know, take me out of it. My child, he's the victim. And the fact that he wasn't even acknowledged, y'all, I'm telling you, outraged, disgusted. When I said I was literally sick for like the first 2, I was sick, like couldn't eat or anything, because I'm like, the emotions that my child was having going on, kept crying, kept blaming himself, wanting to know why he couldn't go back to school and see his friends, and thinking that it was his fault. No, it's not your fault. And it may even be my fault, because I raised such respect for kids that he felt like if he told his teacher, no, I don't want to do that, I don't feel comfortable doing that, call my mama, he thought that was being disrespectful. The beast in me wanted. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be done with this video. I'm going to let the courts handle whatever need to be handled. from here on out. But I'm just gonna say this. I hope they see this, whoever sees it, whoever feel like that this is right, that doing a child like this is right, I hope you're convicted. Not only by the law, but by the Lord. I hope He convicts your heart. I hope He convicts your mind. That's what I hope. Because as a parent, my rage, and if you're a parent, I just want you to take this with you. If it was your child, what would you do? So I hope y'all are convicted in your hearts and in your minds. For anybody that stand up for it, for anybody that took part in it, I hope you're convicted in your heart. Because guess what? About mine, we're going to take it all the way to the top. I've stood up to some of the biggest people and standing in the battlefield right now, ready to stand up to some more big people. Because this will not get washed under the rug. I go toe to toe with Satan about my kids. So I'm ready.